well as Tyler Harmon from Excessive. Brandon Short had been on fire in practice leading up to the event but broke his hand and will be out for 6 to 10 weeks. Dynasty needs a solid front player on that Snake side, and both Spica and Harmon can fill that hole. They still have a deep roster filled with all-stars. Oliver Lang, Yosh Rao, and Alex Frazee are literally living legends, players who helped invent aggressive paintball. And Ryan Greenspan is coming off one of his best years ever and is on every coach's shortlist as one of the best players of 2012. Dynasty is very motivated to get back to the top tier of the league this season. Coming off one of the most successful years any professional team has ever had in only their first year together, every pro team in the world is looking to knock Houston Heat off their pedestal. But that's a tough proposition, given the depth of their talent, the strength of their leadership, and Heat's drive to stay at the top. Bad news for the rest of the league is that their roster is exactly the same for 2013. The three Russian killers, Sergei Solnitskov, Mishka, and Konstantin Fedorov, all had an amazingly productive 2012. Also, the clutch ability of San Monville, who won Heat their first event in Phoenix last year, the best Snake player 2012, Chad George, and the best coach in paintball, Jason Trojan, make Heat difficult to defeat under any circumstance. Even though most of the top teams have made power moves to strengthen their rosters, Houston Heat is still the team to beat in 2013.
All right, we are back here in what potentially could be a finals matchup as we have Houston Heat, and they're going to take on San Diego Dynasty. Now, both these teams with the win so far, so one of these teams is going to come out of this game with a loss. But that's the crazy thing about how it's going to work now, is that there are no easy games anymore, essentially. So that being said, boys, who do you think is going to win this matchup?
Well, I mean, just purely based on what I've seen at practice last weekend with Vicious against Heat, what I've heard about Dynasty and the way I see Heat play this morning, I'm going to have to go with Heat. But, I mean, San Diego Dynasty, they did a really good job getting out to their spots and kind of locking the field down. But Heat looks to be a little bit more aggressive, and I think that's what it takes to win on this field.
Yeah, I don't know, Rab, what do you think?
If Ronnie Design plays like he did the first match against these guys, he'd win.
Yeah, the thing with Dynasty is that, Dynasty is a team that really comes to tournaments and plays up as opposed to down mostly. Now, not really in 2012, but they did at the first event. They did get beat up pretty bad by the Ironmen in their practice before this event. Now, it's practice, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. But, hey, that's why we shoot the paintballs at each other. And we're about to find out in just a few minutes here, or just a few seconds, as we watch on the split screen breakout, San Diego Dynasty in the blue on the right-hand side and Houston Heat in the red on the left-hand side on our split screen. And let's see if both teams can get out clean with 5 players alive. And it looks like Alex Frazee drops off early for San Diego Dynasty on the Snake side.
Yeah, Chad George breaks out here with Ronnie Dizon. Haven't really seen this combo very much, but the two speedsters getting out to the Snake side for Houston Heat early and getting that first elimination.
And like we said, if Ronnie Dizon will play out here on the Snake side, and here he is, like you said, a different combination. That's Coach Trojan wants to keep changing it up, and he has to.
Yeah, and so, right now Houston Heat with 5 players alive and in good field position. Not much ground, though, on the Dorito side. Looks like Mishka is still in Dorito 1. But they got Dizon over here, so interesting that Ronnie Dizon getting the start over both Chad George and San Monville.
Well, speed is going to be huge.
Well, as the one, though, because
Yes.
Chad George is still out there.
But like we talked about, Ronnie Dizon played phenomenal that first match. So if he can keep that going, that momentum going, and get that confidence, why not keep him out there, give him the spins?
Yeah, exactly. He looked really solid, Rab. And you had said if Ronnie Dizon plays as good as he has been playing recently, because he played great at the first event too. Though Heat itself did not play up to their
we got him
potential.
with the announcer's curse.
Oh yeah, so Ronnie Dizon getting shot out of his bunker. But that's what I'm saying. They have. Okay, if he's going to get that opportunity, he can't drop the ball like that and get shot out of his bunker. Now, Chad George, though, smartly fills his spot. Now you're looking at Dynasty here.
Oh, and Chad George gets into the Snake 2 and shoots out Tyler Harmon from that center temple. But Ryan Greenspan makes the bump from the Snake side corner on into the back of Snake 1. But Chad George now, who's been playing really well over here on the Snake side, he's got Mishka protecting him in the center temple. Konstantin Fedorov in the Dorito 1. With big Sergey over there in the tower on the Dorito side, watching down that lane as Houston Heat now with a 4-on-3 body advantage. Yosh Rao in the tower, and I believe Dalton Vanderbilt over there in the Dorito 1 for San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You know, Yosh Rao really excels in situations like this when they basically give him a job like, okay, Yosh, the guy gets in snake 2. The less moves are made on the Dorito side, I'm going to need you to just focus on keeping that guy from moving up the field. Oh, but look at this. It looks like
Chad took out Dalton, it looks like.
Yeah.
So Dalton Vanderbilt walks off, and that opens the door for Konstantin Fedorov to cross the 50 and go into the 40 Dorito. Shoots Yosh Rao in the side. Just Ryan Greenspan left alive. Now looking at Chad George and Konstantin Fedorov, and they're going to give Ryan Greenspan a couple extra and take the early lead here, 1-0, as Chad George going to give himself a look as he walks the flag in towards the base.
Yeah, and just amazing job. That first point by Chad George. This game is brought to you by Camp Pendleton Paintball Park. You know, San Diego Dynasty's home field. If you're in the Southern California area and you have not played at Camp Pendleton Paintball Park, you definitely need to get out there. It's actually the home field for the Ironmen and the D1 Pirates and Aftermath as well. And they also have a PSP feeder league, the WCPPL. We have 2 events in 2013. And over 40 teams actually play the PSP Race 2 style that are in that league. So, you know, if you're out there, they got 4 turf fields. It's a great setup running Camp Pendleton, so definitely check it out. We're going to be right back after this.
All right, we are back here. 2013 PSP MAO event. You're looking at San Diego Dynasty. There's Oliver Lang, Brandon Short, Glenn Takamoto on your screen getting ready for the breakout. Kyle Spica, San Diego Dynasty down 1-0 early at the very beginning of this game against Houston Heat.
Oh, losing his loader. So Kyle Spica is going to have to try to get his loader, which popped off. And so he's able to finally retrieve that, and now he's going to have to do a little surgery on his gun.
He lost part of it.
Yep.
His loader came off into pieces.
While he's doing that, Ronnie Dizon from Houston Heat goes right to snake 2, so Ronnie Dizon's getting another spin, Matty.
And gets a shot on Blake Yarber cross field. So nice job by Dizon continuing to produce for Houston Heat.
Yeah, good job, Ronnie Dizon, getting that shot. He's got Chad George backing him up again. Same squad out there right now for Houston Heat as last time. They got Big Sergey in the tall tower, Mishka in the center, Aztec locking down that Dorito side of the field. You know, they're getting production off the snake side from both of their snake players, Houston Heat is. So they're really just trying to keep San Diego Dynasty from moving down the Dorito side of the field. Oliver Lang bumps out of the back center into Mishka's mirror. Ronnie Dizon stands up and he comes into the 50 and gets a shot in on Brandon Short trying to bump to the corner. Ronnie Dizon again having a game over here as Chad George, he comes in behind Dizon. Dizon gonna launch, shoot Oliver Lang in the back on the run. Oh, what the?
He didn't get it, it looks like.
Okay, so Oliver Lang's still alive in that center temple there. And Kyle Spica still alive in the snake 1.
Yeah, apparently he got his gun up and running again. So 3 players alive for Dynasty versus 2 Houston Heat. Dynasty needs to win this point here, tie it up. 15:02 on the clock. Oh, Kyle Spica gets taken out. So now it's all evened up, 2 bodies apiece. Glenn Takamoto and Oliver Lang are alive.
There's Mishka on the snake side here, snake 2.
So Oliver Lang and Glenn Takamoto still alive for San Diego Dynasty. Crossing up, Oliver Lang shooting across the field from the tall tower on the snake side. You've got Sergey and Mishka still alive. As Sergey gonna go down and get out Glenn Takamoto. Referee gonna leave.
Oh boy, here comes a red flag.
So Dynasty digging themselves a hole right here. Is a major penalty assessed there in the closing seconds of that point, and Houston Heat's going to go up 2.
Yes.
So nice job by Mishka Kiesnev and Sergei Solnaiskov, who were able to pull that one away from Dynasty, who's struggling here so far early on in this match. And Glenn Takamoto is going to have to spend 2 full minutes in that box, eat off that major penalty. Let's see if Dynasty can fight back. They've done it before. We'll be right back.
Odds of surviving a hippo attack. Odds of surviving a car fire. Odds of surviving a helicopter crash. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse the paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
We're back here at OXCC Paintball Park in Chesapeake City, Maryland for the 2013 Mid-Atlantic Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Steve Rabikoff. Houston Heat up 2 points on San Diego Dynasty, who won the first event here. And they already have one win so far today as they narrowly defeated Moscow Red Legion in overtime. But they're going to have to get it going here. And Glenn Takamoto, the veteran, is going to be in the box for 2 whole minutes on that major penalty.
Yeah, and another similar breakout for Houston Heat. Getting Mishka locking off the Dorito side of the field and shooting Dalton Vanderbilt on the break.
It looks like they're going same squad, point after point, so they need this win. They don't want to go down 0-2, 1-1 today. They want that second win, so they're just running them.
Yeah, right now, Ronnie Dizon again into the snake too. He's only got 3 bodies in front of him as Glenn Takamoto's in that box. Ryan Greenspan and Alex Frazier are over here on the snake side. Just Yosh Rao on the Dorito side now. He's going to allow Fedorov to start making his bump up the field.
Actually, Fedorov just got shot.
Oh, I think Ryan Greenspan or Alex Frazier might have picked up Fedorov.
And Sergey Solishnikov got shot as well.
Also, good job by Dynasty right now. Even up the bodies, Ryan Greenspan shooting both players off the Dorito side of the field. And now Mishka's going to bump over there and take back over, but 3 bodies left alive now for Houston Heat.
I mean, how often do we see that when the chips are down and somebody's got to step up and get some kills? Very often we're calling Ryan Greenspan's name.
Yeah, he's such an excellent shot. Great anticipation on when players are making moves. You know, he knows the bodies died on his side of the field. He knows they're going to come up there. Locks that side of the field off and gets 2 key eliminations.
I think that's it, Todd. It's the anticipation of where guys are going to be moving and what they're going to be doing when they're in their bunkers based on the situation, and that's the big thing. Situational awareness is so huge at this high level.
Sure is. Ronnie Dizon recognizing the situation right now, trying to get Yosh Rao out so that he can free up Mishka over there on the Dorito side. Chad George as well, both of them trying to go to work on Yosh Rao. There you see Yosh Rao on your screen.
And then they need to be paying attention to the penalty box because here 4 seconds, they're coming out Dynasty, so I don't think anyone's really paying attention to that box. Now Ronnie Dizon is. Let's see if he gets him. There he comes.
Alex Frazier sticks Ronnie Dizon, but he gets taken out. And so now Snake side is open, but Chad George immediately for Houston Heat is able to get in there. You're looking at the Dorito side right now for Houston Heat, trying to stave off the attack of Dynasty, but let's see if Ryan Greenspan's going to try to fill in here, and the Snake's still stuck in that back bunker in better field position for Houston Heat on the Snake side.
Yeah, Chad George, he can jump into that Snake too whenever he wants. Ryan Greenspan knows that He's got Mishka shooting down on him from the tower on the Dorito side. But 3 bodies over here for San Diego Dynasty as Yosh Rao bumps across into the Dorito 2. See if he can get a better shot on Chad George. Ryan Greenspan now out of the corner on into Snake 1. And Chad George catches a ball. It had to have been from Yosh Rao over there. Must have not seen him. He comes walking off the field right there. So big game right now by Yosh Rao.
Yeah, and Ryan Greenspan off of that comes all the way to the 50-yard line on the Snake side of the field. Now he's going to lock up cross field. And here comes Yosh, going to try to drop the hammer on the last player for Houston Heat, Mishka Kiesnev, and he's going to get shot. So nice job by Yosh Rao and Ryan Greenspan.
Yosh Rao, like Dynasty loses a player on the break. They're already in the box. They're down 2, and they pull back and win that. I mean, like.
But that's why they're good.
Yeah.
That's why guys like Yosh Rao and Ryan Greenspan have been playing paintball at the highest level for over 10 years now, and that's why they have a combined 50, I think they're at 56 wins now total, or 54. It's up there total. There's no other team that can really say that, you know, and it's because of guys like Ryan Greenspan and Yosh Rao. So, you know, on the back of the strong play by those two, it's going to be 1-2-2 with 11 minutes and 1 second. We're in Dynasty's pits, and we're going to be right back after this.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Yeah, tanks. Night, night. Tanks! 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 Weasel 3!
So San Diego Dynasty able to put a point on the board. They're only 1 point away from equaling Houston Heat's 2. But they've got to get some more guys step up. We haven't really seen much out of Oliver or Brandon Short, Kyle Spica, Blake Yarber. You know, those guys not contributing so far in this matchup. Glenn Takamoto does have a confirmed kill, but he did spend 2 minutes in the box. But Dynasty back at full strength, so able to fight away that major penalty. That was huge for them. Now here's Brandon Short on your screen, coming back from that broken hand and able to heal quickly and get back into the fight for Dynasty. And he's with Kyle Spica as well on the Snake side. Now we're looking at Houston Heat's lineup right here in the Snake, Chad George. And then a big move on the Dorito side.
And look who's on the Dorito side, Rodney Dizon.
That kid wants it, man. You can see the fire in his movements. The body language says it all. And he really wants to prove to the rest of his boys on Houston Heat that he deserves playing time, and he's really doing that.
As that happens, Sam Monville gets taken out in the Snake corner, so Houston Heat's down 2 bodies right now. It's 5-3 with Dynasty in the advantage.
And Kyle Spica on into Snake 2. He's got his boy Brandon Short behind him in the corner. Oliver Lang now in the center, Aztec, blocking off the Snake side of the field. Glenn Takamoto in the Dorito Tower as Chad George gets shot in the face. And he's going to come hobbling off the field over here.
So Dynasty in the driver's seat right now, looking at only 2 bodies. John Woodley and Ronnie Dizon are alive. But Dynasty 5 players and a good crossfield spread here. Oh, but Kyle Spica catches one.
Ooh, I think John Woodley might have shot him when he came back across. Woodley now bumping all the way across, gets shot. Tried to come too far. He gets shot in the side by, I believe, Brandon Short. And Dizon. Ooh, somebody came alive.
I think he got a couple from his friendly fire.
Oh, man. Yeah, Oliver Lang got ripped up a little bit right there. Or not Oliver Lang.
Looks like Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, as he came across.
Yeah, so we're also getting some info coming over from the Challengers field, which is playing alongside the Champions field. And, you know, earlier we said that, noted that Upton 187 crew in their first matchup able to take down Chicago Aftershock. So that's 2 losses for Chicago Aftershock so far today. And Unfortunately for the Sacramento Excessive fans out there, they also have 2 losses. They lost to Texas Storm 5-1, and they also now have lost to Top Gun, who defeated Chicago Aftershock earlier, like I was saying. They lost to them 5-1 as well, so Excessive digging themselves a hole here early in the Challengers division. And we will see 2 Challengers teams move up to the Champions division and 2 Champions teams move down. That's how it's going to be from here on out, as we see Houston Heat walking off the field, and we're going to be right back after this with more action. Score is all tied up at 2 apiece. Houston Heat 2, San Diego Dynasty 2. 9 minutes and 9 seconds to go here. And you know who we haven't been calling the name much is Tyler Harmon.
And Fedorov.
And Fedorov. Konstantin Fedorov does have 2 confirmed kills, though, but Tyler Harmon sitting on a fat goose egg on his kill count. I don't know if his hand may still be bothering him and, not getting a ton of reps, but, that probably is going to play an issue. He played so reckless, just no regard for his body whatsoever in that first event.
And as we say that, we haven't heard much from Fedorov. He takes out Yosh Rao, which is a big elimination. So
yeah, and Ryan Greenspan coming off as well, too. So Yosh Rao and Ryan Greenspan, so far, the guys doing the work for Dynasty. And, now it's up to Alex Frazee, Dalton Vanderbilt, and Tyler Harmon to try to bring this back here. Houston Heat, 5 bodies alive.
And Ryan Greenspan, he walks off. So Alex Frazee is going to be the lone man over here on the Snake side. Tyler Harmon fills into where Yosh Rao got shot on the break over there in the Dorito side tower. Dalton Vanderbilt in the Dorito 1. And here is LJ Woodley now into the 50 Dorito on the Snake side, and he's got Fedorov behind him, giving him some help. So now Nick Sloviak bumping across. He's going to get into the Dorito tower for Heat, right behind Sergey. Woodley now getting involved, standing up tall. Fedorov right there on your screen, shooting across the field. From that bunker, he's got some shots into the tower where Tyler Harmon is playing. So Fedorov going to work that spot a little bit, try and push Tyler to the outside into the guns of Sloviak and Sergey. And Sergey over here going to work on Alex Frazee. Looking all along the inside, the body that he can see. As Alex Frazee playing that back temple of Snake 1. Woodley going to start rapping, trying to put some paint back in.
And when you see these moments like this, look how dug in Dynasty is. Look how dug in these guys are. They're playing the bunkers as tight as they possibly can. They're really trying to stop any sort of aggressive push down on the Dorito side, and it looks like Woodley almost caught one. Oh, and a major penalty. So look at that. The referee signaled to Woodley that he was hit, and then Woodley, I don't know if he didn't hear the ref or what exactly happened, but Woodley looked at it, decided, no, I'm good still, and there goes the minor penalty, blowing open the whole Snake side. So now Dynasty looked like they were going to lose that point. Now Dynasty, these come from behind points has been their story so far. Not only in this event, or I'm sorry, in this game, but also in the last event too.
Just keeps the trend is going for them.
Yeah.
They're not going to complain.
Hey,
they're not complaining.
Don't be perfect, be clutch.
Hey, I've said it a lot of times. You need skill to win, and you need a lot of luck.
Absolutely. So getting a little bit of luck there with Woodley drawing that penalty. And so the score is going to be Dynasty 3 going to take a narrow lead here against Houston Heat. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remain, and we'll be right back.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. with free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Looking at the D-side cam, which is covering the action on the Dorito side on that pit side of the field. Again, this game brought to you by Camp Pendleton Paintball Park. If you're in the Southern California area, definitely got to get in there, check out Camp Pendleton. It's the home field for the Ironmen, Dynasty, a slew of divisional teams in Southern California. So, Houston Heat, can they come back here? Both teams full strength, 5 players alive. 6:40 on the clock. Let's look at Dynasty's breakout here on the snake side. Brandon Short trying to get out wide with Kyle Spica. And let's see Spica. Yep, Spica gets there into snake 2 immediately.
Yeah, and Blake Yarber gets shot off the Dorito side for Dynasty. So he walks off early. Oliver Lang shoots snake way on the break and then bumps into the Aztec in the middle of the field. And he's going to start locking off the Dorito side.
You know, and this is, we're going to see a little bit more of a conservative game out of these two teams, most likely, because with the game this close, you know, and time starting to tick off, that's when you start to see guys tighten it up a lot. Oh, Glenn Takamoto catches one. So he takes the early walk, and here comes Ronnie Dizon, who's just been an aggressive force for Houston Heat on both sides of the field. Takes out Brandon Short.
Like you said, he wants to play. He's playing Dorito side, snake side. He's doing whatever he has to do to get this win.
You can see the immediacy in his movements, and it's really showing in his level of play. We did not see Dizon play like this last year. It really improved a lot in the offseason because he had a good event in Dallas as well. So Ronnie Dizon really clocking in for Houston Heat, and Houston Heat's going to tie it up. Complete destruction of San Diego Dynasty. They only lost Sergey, who was shot by Kyle Spica. And other than that, man, it was, you know, just Ronnie Dizon and Chad George eating people up over here.
So yeah, Ronnie Dizon just putting it on right now, turning on the gas, getting wherever, whenever he wants. Having a game over here right now for Houston Heat. All tied up, 3-3. 5 minutes still left to go in this game. There's Ronnie Dizon on your screen. 17th ranked player at this event right now, getting 0.7 kills a game.
That's solid.
Yeah, really solid for him right now.
Well, and also look at his survivability percentage. You know, he's out there, and 74% of the time that his team, he takes the field and for a squad to play a point, he's alive. That's really high for a front guy.
Yeah, really high for a front guy. Yeah, normally the front guys get up there, shoot a guy, maybe go bunker somebody out, get off the field, but Dizon getting up, getting his kills, still being alive, and helping his team close out games.
Yeah, Ronnie Dizon getting loaded back up, man, getting a lot of reps for Houston Heat and earning those reps. So, you know, and then you got to, you know, say that that's a lot of Jason Trojan, the coach for Houston.